My name is Natalie. I am the Business Development Manager with Veranda Properties. For those of you who haven't worked with us yet, we specialize in long-term single-family property management services throughout all of Central Florida. One thing that's a little different about us, we are actually departmentalized, which means we don't have any individual property managers. Instead, we have a team of experts for each stage of the property management journey. So our goal is really to be your liaison for life. We understand the importance of, being an extension of all the hard work you've already put into all your clients. So stop on by after, say hello. I'm here with the owner of the company as well. We would love for you to join us for lunch and answer any questions you might have. Thanks so much.
Feel old now. Hey guys, Mauricio with Artesian Title. We are rebranding to Title Genius. Just a quick heads up. Same service, same everything, just new name. I wanted to share a statistic really quick though. According to Baptist Hospital, by 2025, 1 in 4 women will have breast cancer. So for the month of October, Artesian Title is donating a portion of their proceeds to breast cancer awareness and funds. We encourage everyone else to do the same. Not going to talk about our services today, but have a great event. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Zach Blesnick, VP of Business Development with Home First Lending. We've been here in the local community for the last 16 years. Many of you in the room have used us before. Thank you. If you haven't, please give us an opportunity. 2 things. Number 1, most agents complain about lack of follow-up and communication with lenders all the time. I hear it every time out on the road. We've developed one of the best in-house, state-of-the-art ISA teams here in Central Florida to help you as an agent or your team, if you're buying leads, close and follow up on those leads every single month. Additionally, to help you guys close out the year, we're hosting one of the biggest national call nights on November 2nd. Many of you guys have been there. It's at Ivanhoe Park Brewery from 5 to 8 o'clock. We're having a national speaker come out and train on calls and conversions. There's going to be trophies for individual agents on conversion, individual teams on conversion. We're going to have food trucks, beer. It's a brewery. Come out, have fun, make calls, get your team together. It's a great outing to close out the year. Thank you very much. Oh, and go on Zach_the mortgage broker on Instagram. The link to register is on my bio.
All right.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Masterclass. Heather Hurry, Pillar to Post, the Jeff Mackey team, Home Inspections Company of the group. So, if anyone in here has an interest in needing WDO, 4-point, Wemert, full inspection, virtual tours, punch lists, and there's so much more. There's so much great technology that we have out here for you. Because you know what? We don't want to, listen, we do not want to kill the deal. We want to seal the deal. So for those of you that are interested in having a little conversation, I'll be to my stage left. Feel free to come and find me, and everybody have a great masterclass, okay?
Good morning. My name is Steve Bell, and I am a partner with Harding Bell International. We are a CPA firm located here in Central Florida. We specialize in anything kind of property related, real estate agents, property management, investors, foreign investors, FERPTA, setting up entities for investors, that type of thing. What kind of sets us apart? Number 1, we're here. We are here, and we support you all as realtors. We also education has been in our DNA from the beginning. We love to educate realtors, investors. One of my greatest thrills is to be able to talk to one of your clients and alleviate their fears about tax and what may be due and that kind of thing. So we're here for you. Feel free to reach out. I'll be here all day. I'd love to have lunch with you as well. Thanks a lot.
Hi guys, my name is Jason Purcell. For those of you that don't know me, I'm one of the owners of Certified Mortgage Planners, but I hope that I can provide something that will help both the lenders in the room and also the realtors. One of the things that we're focused on in our company is generating more referrals to the current clients that we're serving, and it's really super easy, but I think sometimes we don't ask for the referral when we make it about ourselves. So what we're coaching into our loan officers is make it about the realtor who introduced the client in the first place. And so just a simple script, when you're sharing an update, anything wow, or the client acknowledges something, say, hey, Abby, you and Brian were introduced to me by Aaron, and Aaron and I have been working together for over 5 years, and the way that I show my appreciation back to Aaron for entrusting your family with us is by generating referrals from our mutual clients. So can I ask a big favor of you? We have 3 weeks from now until your closing celebration. Can I count on you to introduce at least one family to me that's looking to buy or sell that I can introduce back to Aaron and show my appreciation for the trust that he placed in me? Awesome. It's that easy, guys. I promise your realtors want you to reciprocate referrals, and that's what we're focused on. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to this panel rocking it out.
Also, one other sponsor that's not here today fighting some health challenges is Carly Stinson with Full Circle Insurance. Look them up on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, all those things. Can we give them a 1, 2, 3 clap, though? 1, 2, 3. Come on up.
Good morning. I'm Garrett Mitchell with RTR Title. We are attorney-owned and operated title company by an attorney that actually practices real estate law, so that's good for you. Keeps your deals moving. We're investor-friendly and retail-friendly. We do the same thing as any title company. We manage the money, balance it out, record things. Title's boring. We're not. So we have kind of a different approach with our marketing and our relationships with our clients, as you can see. So if I don't know you, please come introduce yourself. I'd love to meet every one of you, and all of you that are online, give us a call, give us a follow, and thank you.
Hello, good morning. Vic DeVore here with DeVore Design. We do photos, video, and home staging. I started DeVore Design in 2015 out of bankruptcy. We had an online business. Our biggest vendor became our biggest competitor. It forced us into bankruptcy. They had more resources, they had more capital, and I was able to take my camera gear from that previous business and start DeVore Design, but that's not my point. My point is that enduring that stress and pressure of having one of my vendors turn into a competitor, I'm here to tell you that DeVore Design is never going to compete against you. Nobody in my company is ever going to compete against anybody in the real estate industry. We're here to support real estate agents. You've supported us through the years, and we're going to continue to support you, so thank you very, very much for the opportunity. And let's take a selfie together, because I love all you guys. And make sure you get coffee with our logo on those green cups. So let's hear some cheers, guys. All right, love you guys.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sabrina Serrano. I'm with Old Republic Home Protection. For those of you that do not know what home warranty is, it is to support and make sure that your systems and appliances are still functional once you move into your home. So if you would like for me to teach you how to keep your as-is contract as is, I'd love to explain to you how to do so. I cover Brevard, Orange, Osceola, Polk County, and do all telemarketing for South Florida. Thank you for having me here.
All right. Anybody ready to get started today? Make some noise. Let's give it up for the sponsors one more time. All right. Well, for those of you, by the way, that are waiting, I've gotten this question a lot today, so I'm just going to show it. If you're in the top 500, you should have a copy of the brand new October edition with Skip Kirst on the cover. If you didn't get your copy, and you usually get one, shoot me an email and I'll get you a copy. But he did a great job last year. So let's bring up our panelists. Anyone ready to learn something? All right, I'll make this announcement really quick. By the end of the session, we'll have next month's session live. I want to save as much time as possible for the panel, but next month, pull your phones out really quickly. You probably want to go to 407mastermind.com. It'll become masterclassorlando.com in about 20 minutes. But that is the link to next month's session. That's November 18th. You want to jot that down in your calendar, November 18th. We have 5 of the former NAR 30 Under 30 winners speaking on a panel about what they've learned since. All of them, it's been 5-6 years since they won the 30 Under 30. So they're going to talk about what they've learned since. And we have a special guest speaker. Did anyone hear from Wayne Salmons on any of our virtual sessions last year? He spoke 3 times. A couple people. He's actually flying all the way from Dallas, Texas. He's also a NAR 30 Under 30 winner. He's going to moderate. He's going to speak. So we're going to have 6 NAR 30 Under 30 winners all on stage next month, November 18th. Make sure you jot that down. Let's just kick this thing off, though. Y'all ready to go? All right. Let's start with Deanna Armell. She's a graduate of Rollins College, a wife and a mother of a tiny teacup Yorkie named Tiger. She's an Orlando resident since 1990, and she's well-rooted in the Central Florida area and community. She and her husband currently reside in Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, which they love. She has helped numerous professional athletes, primarily PGA professionals, and this isn't her bio, but I'm going to skip around a little bit if you're cool with that. She's already over $60 million for the year. Is that hot or what? Pretty awesome. She specializes in selling golf courses. She is like one of the foremost golf course experts in the area, and she is a perennial top agent She literally ranks in the top 5, 6, 7 women in the area, probably the top 10 agents in the area for the last 4 or 5 years in a row. So let's give a giant round of applause to Deanna Armell. By the way, they also own a business, Boca Greens Country Club in Boca Raton, and also Oaks National Golf Club. I didn't know that. So let's give a round of applause to Deanna Armell again. She's going to come on up. Sorry, I skipped around in your bio a little bit. Let's bring up Kelly Price. A rarity among brokers, Kelly embodies the art of selling, bold, intuitive, and a master of matchmaking. For over 3 decades, she's established her name and brand as the foremost real estate firm in Central Florida. Kelly Price and Company is renowned for top producing agents, record-setting results, and palpable passion to surpass client expectations. In the last 10 years, the company has amassed more than $1 billion in property sales, which is a testament to Kelly's visionary leadership. How many of you guys have seen the signs around Winter Park? Make some noise. I'll be honest, as a Winter Park graduate, Rollins student as well, I've definitely looked up to her and her company to do an amazing job. But anyways, it's her commitment to integrity, loyalty, and unwavering enthusiasm, the guiding principles of Kelly Price and Companies that's led her to her iconic status. Last year, she sold over, I lost the numbers. She sold a lot, though. I think she's already over about $100 million for the year. Is that about right? But let's just bring up Kelly Price. You guys all are here to hear from her. You know who she is. Let's welcome Kelly Price from Kelly Price and Company. All right. Next up, Julie Bettissini is the co-founder of Stockworth Realty Group, a boutique real estate company with 20-plus years of real estate experience. Julie's journey to real estate was paved with grit and devotion. Known for specializing in the luxury space and catering personalized corporate relocation service for major companies, professional athletes, entertainers, and top executives moving to Central Florida. She's one of the most respected names in the industry, and also, I believe, every single year has been ranked number 1, 2, or 3 when we pull our top agents. Is that pretty awesome? She's built a reputation for being a trusted advisor, handling some of the most complex transactions discreetly and with the professionalism that's led her to be sought out and trusted by her repeat clients. She hails from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. She made her way here in 1985 to attend the University of Florida, holds a bachelor's degree in communication. She's been married to love of her life for 29 years. She's consistently ranked in the top 1%, and last year sold over $72 million, and this year has already done over $113 million so far. Let's give a round of applause to Julie Bettosini. Jenny Wemert is no stranger on this stage. She is a team leader, and she's a team leader of the Wemert Group Realty. She's the heart behind the company, an indie brokerage in Orlando, obsessed with culture and serving their customers at the highest level. She's married to the broker of Wemert Group Realty, her high school sweetheart, Mike. They have 2 surviving triplets who are in their sophomore year of college. The team will serve over 1,000 families throughout this year, and they're proud that 50% of the families are made up of past clients or past client referrals. They have an amazing team of 31, they call them WeMates, that have not just 31 WeMates that have been on the team for 5 years or more. So Jenny's team just wants you to know that she is knowledgeable and one of the most knowledgeable and generous real estate professionals in the planet, and they love being in business and partnering with her. The team jokes they literally are unrecruitable, in case you were wondering, because until you can get Jenny Wemert, you can't have them either. Let's give a round of applause to Jenny Wemert. I don't know, but that was a good one. And last but certainly not least, I think Veronica's here somewhere. I figured that, I just don't, there she is. All right. Veronica's known for her vivacious personality. She leads the Figueroa team, a nationally recognized team serving Central Florida. Her contributions to the industry have led her to become a thought leader and a motivator, a sought-out speaker at many events, as well as her passion for teams and real estate tech. She regularly engages with her team leads, and she now has a team that finished 2020 serving 794 families, over $230 million in sales volume last year. She doesn't have this in her bio, but I know they've done over $350 million this year, and I believe 1,400, is that right? Over 1,400 families so far for 2021. Can y'all give a giant round of applause to Veronica Figueroa? By the way, she also sits on Zillow's National Advisory Board since 2016. She's won the Inman Influencer in 2017, and they've been voted by Inman as the most innovative team of the year. So let's get this thing started. Y'all ready to roll? Can we give one more giant round of applause to all of the panelists? So here's the first question I want to ask everybody. And we'll just go down the line. I want to know this is kind of a four-part question. What did you do before real estate? How did you get into it? And what does it look like now? So what did you do before it? How did you get into it? And what do things look like now? Like, how much is it selling? How big is the team? Is there a team? What's the structure? You can start. Hey, go ahead. And by the way, if the mic's cut out, anything happens, we'll be fixing it. This isn't the perfect setup, having the speakers behind you, but we can't fix that, so my team will worry about it if anything goes wrong.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. And Aaron, only you can pull this off. Big round of applause for you. And I'm low-key super nervous, honored to be here on this panel with these powerful, amazing women that I look up to, and each and every one of you guys are an inspiration, so thank you for being here. My name is Veronica, and prior to real estate, I had a career in human resources for the hospitality industry, and real estate came into my life by accident. A friend, told me to go to real estate school with them right out of college, and I did. And they never passed the test, and I did. And I just put it on a shelf part-time. I wasn't doing anything with it until I went through a life-changing experience, a divorce, and I just had to feed my babies and put them through private school, and I wanted to just make sure I could supplement my income, and I instantly fell in love with real estate, quitting my full-time job and going all in. That was right around 2004. And the rest has been history through the highs and lows. What does it look like now? Well, back then I was a single agent. My first year I sold 56 homes, and I hired my very first assistant 6 months in, and then from there just started, working as a real estate agent. I remember calling Jenny on some of her listings, and we were kind of growing up together in the business. And then when the market crashed, REO market, just like many of us who've been in the business for a long time, we had to figure out what we were going to do. And there was nothing but short sales and REOs at the time, and I didn't know what that looked like, but I looked at Dorothy Busey, I looked at George Philbeck at the time, and I was like, I need to figure out what they're doing. So I hopped on a plane to Dallas, and I started knocking on every asset manager's door so that I could somehow capture some of the market share in the market crash. So that was really the first time that I truly had to decide what type of agent I was going to be. And at that moment, I decided I was going to be an agent that would be successful in any market, and I was going to do whatever it took to learn how to be relative in any market. And then from there, the rest is history. Started forming teams across the state because one asset manager gave me 37 assets, but he forgot to tell me that they were across the entire state. So I had to learn how to develop teams in different markets and cities I didn't even know existed in Florida. So that's really where my passion for teams and developing systems started. And from there, now my team is a team of over 70. About 45 agents, and the rest are staff. And we run a very high-performing team based around systems and ISAs, and a very large online lead generation team.
Love it. All right. Jenny, how about you? What did you do before real estate? How did you get started, and what's it look like today?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming today. Thrilled to be here. Same thing with Veronica. I get to meet Kelly Price. She's such an icon. I've never met her. I'm so excited. But I started out of college. I was a teacher, a 7th grade science teacher. I did that for 7-8 years. And I just quickly realized I have a very competitive nature, and I needed immediate feedback on things, and I couldn't wait for the kids to come back after 18 years and tell me I was a great teacher. I needed faster feedback. So I switched I'm like, I know I can sell something. I'm kind of a one-trick pony on a personality profile test, just influencer, that's all I am. So I'm like, I should be selling something. Both of my fathers, my stepfather and biological father, were broker owners, and I thought, well, I'll sell real estate. And similar to Veronica's story, came out of the gate with 50 sales my first year. I mean, that was in Texas. My husband and I had our babies in Texas, and I worked, all the way up to bed rest on that. And then I long story, I'm gonna try to cut it short. So anyway, we moved to Florida, and I started over here, and that was 20 years ago. And I decided, okay, I need to be a working person. I'm not going to be a stay-at-home mom. My first hire was my nanny, and she was with us for 16 years. So that was the best leverage I ever, employed. I started in my neighborhood. I farmed. I got up to about 80% market share in one community. Realized that was a great formula. Went to a second community, did that. And then, around 2010, Zillow and Realtor.com came online, and I realized I needed to protect my market share in these communities because now people are going online to search. And so I started buying, zip codes in those sites just to make sure I was there protecting the market share and all the work we'd done. And then that kind of pivoted us into needing more, we have more leads, we need more people. We have more agents, we need more staff. And, it was just one hire after another to try to balance and find time and make sure we keep that customer service at the forefront. And here we are at 75 team members or something, 55 agents, I think, somewhere around there. So that's my story.
Good morning. I'm Kelly, and I've been around a long time. I got my license in February of 1991. That's a long time ago. I got my broker's license in August of 1992. So when I started, my dad was a commercial broker, and he got brain cancer. I was working for Hasbro Toys and had to come off the road, so I decided to pick a job called real estate. And it's been an adventure. When I started, I would take pictures of the houses, we would put them in an envelope and mail them off to a lab. They would develop them and send them back. A week later, you could then put them in MLS. We also didn't have computers. We had a book. It looked like a phone directory. Do y'all know what a phone directory is? Most of you probably don't. And you would get your book every 2 weeks, and you would look at the listings, and then you would secretly tear out a page and give it to your client and say, ooh, look at that. There was no instant anything. So it's a very interesting growth pattern that you're going to hear these stories from across the years. Mine's 30 plus years. But I think the stories here are the same. You're sitting with a group of people that have a passion about real estate. And the passion it comes from within. There are now 19,753 agents in town. I attended the Brokers Platinum class at Aura last week. I went. It was really great, so if you have time to go take classes, education's important. But you guys, I sat in the chair you were in many years ago. A different environment. I'm still here. I love it. I am a real estate junkie. You've heard it from, you will hear it from all 5 of us up here. The master class is driven by working with all of you to produce a great environment, a wonderful industry. It is our job to be here, to share our stories, to pump each other up, to be ethical, and carry on a great tradition. In my 30 plus years, at the age of 58, I'm not going anywhere. I am staying here. I love it. Thank you.
I think I remember the question. Feedback, test.
The question was what you did before real estate, how you got started, and how it's going now, or what your team looks like now.
Right, so I went to Rollins College. I'm born and raised in the state of Florida, and I read a book my junior year in college called God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater by Kurt Vonnegut Jr., and it was the story of a drunken fireman that was lost and had no idea what he was going to do in his life except being a firefighter. So being a firefighter fulfilled him, saving lives, and allowed him to serve a purpose, and it kind of got him out of the drunken state. So when I read that book, I was motivated to become a firefighter, graduating from Rollins and disappointing my whole family. But it's a career that I really loved. I loved saving lives and protecting property. And unfortunately, I had a career-ending back injury in 2007. And after that, I went into real estate. A very close family friend is the nation's leading golf course broker. She sold over $1 billion in golf courses. And I called her and I said, Hilda, can I sell golf courses with you? And she said yes. So my first real estate transaction was selling a golf course. And I still sell golf courses to this day. My husband and I own 2 golf courses. He handles that side. I just sell them and sell real estate. But a year later, my husband encouraged me to get into the residential component because I'm very detail-oriented and I'm a people person and I want to make a difference in people's lives. And selling golf courses, you don't get the hug and the card and the thank you, but selling houses, you get those things. And so that was fulfilling to me. The very first house I listed, remember 2008 during the crash, was a close friend of mine and it was a short sale. And I remember this realtor hobbling in with a boot on her foot, and she was a real pro, and her name was Julie Bettissini. So she's the first agent that I ever showed a house to. I didn't know what I was doing. But I hope I faked it good enough. But anyway, she's a class act from 2008, and even today we work together, and I just think the world of her and everybody on the panel. So that's kind of my story.
Love it. And how about you, Julie?
Well, mine, I think if you asked my parents, they would tell you that I started selling when I was probably 7 or 8. Up and down the street, making whatever I could make in the house just so I could buy candy. So it started just out of a desire to have I had a need, and how did I get, to that need? But fast forward, I went to UCF, so quick clarification, not UF, nothing wrong, Gator fans, but just wanted to clarify, UCF. And I graduated and got into radio and television sales, was selling air. It wasn't very sexy, it was just selling, and I made a living. I was good at it. I was a competitive water skier, so I always had a drive. Everything I did, I just wanted to do well. So when I started doing it, I had a myriad of clients, everything from real estate clients to home builders to car salespeople, you name it, we sold air to them. And one of my clients at the time was Buy Owner. If you guys all remember the infomercial, and they were out of Tampa, Florida, and there was a woman named Kim Dickey, and she was a general manager here in Orlando, and she was one of my larger clients locally. And she kept saying, "You're missing your calling." She said, you come every week, you sell, you pour your heart out. And she said, you really ought to get into real estate. And I was so scared. I just thought, there's no way. I was living paycheck to paycheck and thought, I just don't know how I can do this. So finally, a year later, she convinced me to do it. And I finally saved up enough and said, all right, I'll take the leap, I'll do it. And just like I've done everything else, poured in and leaned in hard and gave it my all. And when I got there, I thought, I think I just want to be the best at this. So I said, well, I want to take all the big high-end clients. Like I don't want to go to these trailers anymore. And then that's literally what I was doing. And so she said, okay, but you've got to drive far. Okay, I'll go. So I was going to Green Cove Springs, like by Jacksonville and who knows where. I mean, I was doing it all. And then if you guys know, there's an icon in the industry, Diane Duvall. And she was a personal friend of mine through water skiing. And I kept saying, Diane, I feel like I need to make the next step. There's something out there for me that's bigger and better, and I just want to get into luxury real estate. She said, you're too young. Someone's going to need to die for you to get into luxury real estate. And I said, but I feel like I'm older than my years. And she said, you're too young. And so every holiday, we'd spend holidays together and we'd do all of this. And I said, don't you have anything for me? Can I be an assistant? I'll take a step back to take 3 steps forward. She said, Julie, you're too young. And I said, but I've got experience and I'll do whatever it takes. And then one Easter, she said, I'll tell you what, there's something going on that's not here at Isleworth, but there's a company that's kind of forming together, and I will introduce you to somebody, but I don't want anything to do with it after that. And she said, so it's up to you. I'll make an introduction. Her name is Rita Casey. And she said, after that, it's all up to you. So she introduces me to Rita Casey, who is somewhere here in the room. And from that day forward, we clicked, and Stockworth Realty was formed. And not only did Rita and I click, but we had an 11-year run as real estate partners. She has been not only an amazing mentor in my life, but probably the most amazing friend. And I say that meaning from the truest form of friendship, meaning always wanting the best for you from a business perspective. Hardest person at the same time. Whenever I'm doing something wrong, and after the event today, I'm sure I'll have something that I probably should have prepared for better, or, but that's okay. I am a student. I have given myself up to be a student of this industry because I love it. I am passionate about it. I absolutely would not pick any other career. Just like Kelly, I am not going anywhere. I thank Diane every day for introducing me not only to Rita, I thank Kim Dickey still to this day, and I think you might know her, Veronica, by the way you're smiling, for walking into Bayonne. People think I got into this maybe right off the bat into luxury real estate. No, it was Trailer Park City. And, but I loved it then, and I still love it now, and I love making an impact in people's lives. So that's how it all started.
Love it. All right. Next question. A lot of you have alluded to this or sort of mentioned it, but I want to go directly and dive into it. I want to know what your business model looks like. Like, what your business model looks like, how many people, what roles they play, and why you chose or choose that model. We can stay at the end. Julie, if you want to keep going, we'll go one end to the other one.
My business model is pretty small, probably comparatively, obviously, to the rest of the gals on the panel, maybe not to Deanna. We're probably pretty similar. Myself, I have 2 full-time gals that work for me. One is director of operations, that's Lindsay. Then I also have Hannah, she's a listing manager. And then I also just added another gal, Ashley, and she is contract close. I also have Erin, and Erin works Ritz project for me as well. And that really kind of culminates, and I really headline most of all of the sales operations, negotiations, et cetera, and that rounds out, a pretty small, lean and mean team.
I'm the same. I have a very small operation. It's me, myself, and I. It's just me. I don't have any assistants. I don't have anyone that enters listings for me, shows houses, removes lock boxes, installs signs. It's all me. And so my friends are always complaining that I'm not available to play golf or go do lunch, and I don't have time to do all of that because my hands are on everything. And I get that because I grew up with my grandmother, who was a pioneer in the beauty industry. She created her own line of skincare and cosmetics. She started the first beauty and day spa in the city of Jacksonville, Florida. And I watched her put her hands on everything. Everyone wanted Frances Calhoun to put their makeup on for their wedding. And so I watched her be so hands-on, and it's all I know. And I may have control issues. I'm not sure.
The only one in this room.
It's hard to think about letting go and having an assistant, but I know I could get to that point at some time. But I like the small mom and pop boutique operation that I have. It's very personal. I know each and every client, and we have long lifetime relationships and friendships that's very important to me. So I don't really focus on quantity, I focus on quality.
I am the working broker of Kelly Price and Company, and my model is very similar to both the ladies to my right. I keep it really simple. I'm not into a complex business. Real estate is about a personal touch. Real estate is about being an expert in your field. It is about knowledge. It is about kindness. It has changed in this COVID environment. I'm still not a texter. I will pick up the phone and call you. I really believe that it is important for all of us to get along. I still love everything in writing. Texts do not count, and neither do emails. But from the standpoint, since I've told you this before, I have been practicing real estate since 1991. You can imagine what has transpired over those years. And my foundation for my business is still simple. I'm a lot like Julie. I'm a lot like you too. I keep everything in the control environment. I have an incredible office full of people. I have an incredible staff. They take a lot of pressure off of me. But I have to tell you, we all believe in perseverance, kindness, and integrity. And that's what's going to keep our industry going forward.
When I grow up, I want to be Kelly Price. So we chose a different path. We are more of a volume-based business. So we operate, as we refer to as a teamerage. We're a boutique brokerage, but we operate in a team model, 100% team model. And what that means is that, we are a rainmaker team. So, it's my job to make sure that the, leads are coming in, and then the agents work the clients and work their relationships, and then we come behind our agents with staff to support transaction to close, marketing, to keep the whole thing running, right? The most important thing to us is that customer service piece. We want to make sure our clients don't feel like they're part of a machine, that they feel that one-on-one relationship with their agent. But the agent needs help because they're doing volume. They need that support so they can go back out in the field with the clients. So that's our model. It's kind of like an interdependent model, I would say. And we encourage our agents to, keep in touch with their database, and then after, 2 to 3 years with us, using the leads that we give them to fill their pipeline, they should be at about 50% repeat referral business, and that is the foundation of your business. You have to have a database. You have to know who's in it. You have to know their what they do for a living, their kids' names, and you stay in touch with it, and that is what keeps you in business for 20 years, that repeat referral, moving up in price points. It just gets a lot easier over time, but you got to start with the trailers, right? You got to do the hard work at the beginning.
So they left the complex for last. I want to grow up to be like these ladies, but my model is very much like Jenny's, high volume. I wish I kept it simple. I just realized it's how I'm wired. I'm extreme in my life and in my business. We run a very, very large production team that's built around systems, accountability, and I'm that girl that goes into these big conglomerate rooms and I say, hey, you guys should use us. We're like this amazing team out in Orlando, Florida, and one day I'm at a conference and I tell one of the executives, I didn't even know what their role is. I go up to them, I was like, you should know me and I should know you. And then someone's like, you can't say that. That's like the CEO of Zillow. I'm like, oh, well, he really needs to know who I am. And then for some reason, they trusted me and we started really, really mastering the online lead gen business right around 2014, 15. Jenny was farming my neighborhood. I had to find a niche, No, we've been really good friends for many years. But I really became fascinated with moving where consumers were going and, kind of like following the puck, right? And we started building a team. We broke a lot of things, but today our model runs around an entire operations system. I have a data scientist on my team. We analyze the behaviors of top agents. What are the activities that agents should be doing? We have a high accountability structure on our team. We have some of our agents over here. Our goal is to accelerate their real estate career within what most agents will do in 5 years. We are able to do it in 1 year for them. We want, as far as the experience and having the ability to grow their database. So we have big conglomerate partners. We are Zillow's broker partner for their resale. We also are their broker partner for Flex and a couple other lead generation platforms, and a couple other partnerships like HomeLight certification, where we can unlock consumer equity, all those different programs. And we just built a business around it in addition to our repeat and referral clients, which we also farmed Avalon Park for many, many, many years. It's kind of like where I grew up in real estate. But there was a moment in my life where I was like, I feel like I want more. There's more. So we just started scaling, and now we pretty much have COO, Director of Ops. She oversees our transaction coordinators. We have 3 transaction coordinators plus some alternative VAs. We have an ISA department, 6 ISAs. We actually call them IPAs, Inside Performance Advisors, and they are the heartbeat of our team. They are kind of like the client care coordinator to make sure that every person who comes through our system or who decides to reach out to us gets a similar experience. We are very passionate with not only obviously real estate, but our mission is our vision actually is to pretty much connect the heart, the art, and science of real estate, because when you're running a high-performance team the way we do, there is a little bit of science to it. There's a little bit of database management and some really, really strict accountability. That's not the sexy part of our business, but very much like these lovely ladies said about control. That's how I'm able to have control with the machine that we've built, is by hiring the right type of staff to help us manage the trust that companies have instilled in us. So instead of going on one listing appointment, I go on listing appointments that are going to yield us 200-300 listings at a time, or critical mass. And when I was a single agent, I did the same thing. So when I was farming, I'd go to the business owners, or I would go to community leaders, and how can I build relationships with those, let's say, influencers of the community that can yield me critical mass or multiple clients. So let's say pizzeria, I'm buying pizza for everybody, send me the bill at the end of the month, and I'll do that a couple times a month, because I wanted to be able to have multiple eyeballs. And then I just carried that philosophy into my business, and today, that's how come we run such a large, I would say, team with multiple streams of listing opportunities and buyer opportunities that can trust us.
Teams and models. Let's go with your daily schedule. I'll stay with you, Veronica. Just run me really quick, like if each of you could just take a minute or two and run us through what your daily schedule, and then if you're especially with teams, those that have a weekly schedule, just kind of run through what are the things that happen daily, what are the things that happen weekly.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time with my leadership team. I spend a lot of time Mondays is our leadership kickoff. That's about 2.5 hours. We cast the vision for that week, and we run in 90-day cycles on my team. So what are we going to accomplish in the next 90 days? What systems do we need to implement? What agents are on the chopping block? What agents do we need to coach up? Who are we recruiting? And then really what's broke and how do we fix it? And then I also spend a lot of time with my marketing team. That's the one area of my business that I dive deep a lot with, was I use these 4 acronyms in my business. It's called RARE, reputation. What is our reputation out there? What do we need to do for brand control? Attraction, I'm in the attraction business. I want to be very, very clear the type of agent that I want to be in business with, not only an agent, but a partner. Retention of clients and retention of agents. And then what's the experience? So RARE is our little acronym. So when we have our meetings, it's pretty much the foundation around it. And then the mornings, it's with my leadership team, and then in the afternoon, it's with my partners. Obviously, the company that I'm with allows me to partner with agents across the country. We have 1,700 partners, so my job is to support them. So I do a lot of coaching in the afternoon, and then the mornings is leadership and vision for the team.
So by the time I wake up in the morning, Veronica has already traveled the world, and I'm tired watching her on Facebook. So, like, that's the truth. I'm always like, Veronica, you've been in 3 states and I'm not even up yet. I don't even know what's happening. So I'm probably the worst person to answer this question because I don't necessarily have a super rigid schedule. Never have in real estate. I love the chaos of real estate and I embrace it and I love the lifestyle that we live. But my role these days is to lead the team, but also be the learner, the visionary. And so I spend a lot of my days learning. And so I can bring it back to our team members so that they can share that with their clients, because I think one of the ladies said, you have to be a master of your craft. You have to be a master to move forward in this industry. It's getting harder every day. And so I spend most of my time just, firefighting, mama bearing, and learning.
Well, Veronica has exhausted me already. I haven't even started, and I get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know how she does it, but kind of like Jenny, if my hair's on fire, I'm really happy. So I don't really have a set schedule because as many of you know, or you will find out if you've been in the business for a long time, you get up and the emails are full and your phone's ringing, the text messages are going off, you have showings that you're scheduling, people are canceling, it's raining, you have to cancel your photo shoot. So you have to be very flexible in our industry. And so what I have found is I get up early, I start my day, I try to, the night before, I lay my clothes out like I was in preschool. I've written my schedule down for the day for tomorrow. So when I get up, I'm ready, and then it all changes. So I have to tell you, if you're not flexible, you're going to learn to be. And if you're not kind, you're going to learn to be. And people always say, well, you're a little late. I'm like, well, that's because the last person that had their appointment with me was late. So if you could try to be on time when you're showing houses for me, because most of my stuff is by appointment, and Julie and I just finished a deal together, and she was always early, so I was very grateful. And she had a great buyer for me. But I would just tell you that my schedule looks like nobody's here. It's really, I have learned to be very, very open to change, very open to opportunities. And I would tell all of you just to be kind and on time and really aware of what's going on around you. Because the awareness is where the opportunities lie. You might meet somebody at the pizza place. You might meet somebody on Facebook. I didn't even know that you sold golf courses. I mean, it's a really great way for me to be here. Now I have a golf course connection. So look at everything in your day as an opportunity and learn to be flexible.
I do not have structure either. I love the flexibility of this career. That's why I chose firefighting. 911 call comes in, you never know what's going to be next. Real estate is the same thing. Things are always changing. You have to adapt and overcome. And that's what I love about this career. I wake up and look at what I have on the schedule for that day because I don't remember from the day before without looking at my calendar. But I just adapt and overcome whatever challenge comes that day. I work 24/7, 365. I'm available at 6 a.m. I'm available at midnight. I'm available at any time. I got a call on Christmas Day that someone wanted to see a house. I left the table at dinner, went, took a contract with me, put it under contract on Christmas Day. I've sold a house on every major holiday, and I'll do it again. Actually, this year, I put the labor in Labor Day and wrote a contract on Labor Day. So I think you're right. You have to be flexible and committed. I mean, I don't have any children. Well, I have a husband. So I think that gives me a little more flexibility than others that have children and families. So I have that advantage. I don't stop. I don't want to stop. I love working. I love opportunities that arise in the most inopportune moments. So I think the consistent word on this panel is passion and being passionate about what we do. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of it and a part of this. Oh, I do need a disclaimer. The photo of me is 10 years old. And I always said, I'm not going to be that person that has the bio photo from when they were like 20. I'm 50, and that's 10 years old, so I want to let you know that's my disclaimer.
None of us can tell, so it's cool.
I need to get a new one. Stat.
Photographer's in the room. Make sure you follow up with her after.
The 24/7. We need to have coffee. I'm looking at a couple of you in the room, Jason, Abby, and a couple of the others, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, you got the 24/7, the Christmas, some of that. They'll wait till the day after. The older you get, yes, they will. They will. They will. They will. Trust me. The older you get, the longer you do it. Most every single person on Christmas will wait till the 26th. Go enjoy your family and keep your marriage, and it is well worth it. Mine is time blocked, but just like Kelly, everybody here, there is no way, I mean, while it's time blocked and I get up the same time every day and walk the dogs, and someone shows up late and I go to coffee and I meet somebody new, yes, it throws everything off, but sometimes it's for good things. Meeting new people, great opportunities. So it never always sticks, but I think if you have a plan to follow and a general team meeting every day at 9 a.m., so I get them rolling. We know what our hot buttons are, what are our fires, who's going to take care of which one, who's on first. So that is kind of a non-negotiable, unless everybody already knows the day before. We're off in a different direction is the only time we do not have a 9 a.m. team meeting. And then ultimately, theme days from every single day of the week. So, you know, whether it is Monday, we call our top 50 favorite people. Tuesday, we're doing update calls. We are, on Wednesdays, we're calling hot leads. So granted, every single day does not play out the way we have it on the schedule. However, if I don't do on Wednesdays, you know, if something doesn't happen and your hot leads aren't called, well, then that spills over into Thursday, and I'm trying to do that on top of what my Thursday calendar is. But if there isn't a schedule and you wake up and you don't know what to do, you're just kind of floundering around with no plan. And so for me, it's really important that I have somewhere, I've got to have a roadmap. And if I don't have a roadmap, I think you can find yourself, unless you're to where these ladies are and they're in this high volume, big company, you know, they're running car dealership, you know, I mean, they're big companies. So most of us are on this side of this panel, and whether the volume is where we are or not, you're running small teams or you're running one-man bands, you could get up in the morning and not know what to do or who to call, and that's really, you know, not a place to really start your travel and your journey to calling business people or calling builders, getting out there and having a game plan. So yes, it does take twists and turns every single day. Being on time for someone else is very respectful. It also helps you stay on time, and it also sets a tone so that if I'm going to be on time for Kelly and I respect her, I want someone else to respect me the same way, because then my schedule stays on time for the next person. So if we all really take care of each other and we're running late, and that happens, people stay longer in a home, whatever that is, just be mindful, because it all helps all of us be, you know, efficient and also respectful to each and every one of our next clients, whoever that may be, whether it's our husband or whether that's the next client that you guys have to meet, you know, get on a plane and get to that next 100-person client, that 100 listings that you're getting, Veronica. But all kidding aside, mine is a little more structured than I think the rest of it is, but doesn't always stay that way.
Love it. All right. By the way, speaking of the fact that we're going to try to keep this thing on time, I know some of our panelists have to go literally right at 11. Some of them may want to stick around. So if we're going to try to keep this thing tight, and if anyone has to leave right at 11, then they may just sneak out. Don't try to stop them walking out the door.
Aaron, can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So I just want to touch base on what you said. First of all, thank you. When you were obviously sharing that people will wait for you because of the value that you bring, but most importantly for the message out here. This is obviously something for breast cancer awareness, right? We're talking about health. We want to make sure that we're all coming together, but most importantly, mental health is really important. And in this industry, it is really, really tough. We sacrifice our families, we sacrifice our time. And one of the reasons I started a team was because I missed a lot of recitals. I missed a lot of baseball games. I missed a lot of very special moments with my children because I was a single mother and I had to provide for my children. And I want to stress, you matter. Your time matters. Your health matters. And don't sacrifice yourself for this business. I did so for many, many years, and that is one of the reasons why I started a team. And I made a commitment that if someone on my team needed to go to a dinner, to a shower, to something related to their family, we would have their back. I didn't want people to miss what I missed. So that was one of my personal missions. And when I hear someone giving advice and saying, hey, it's okay to take time off, or maybe leveraging an assistant, it's because it's hard. We want it all. I would be that person that would go after every deal. When I was a single agent, just like a lot of you in here, every deal mattered to me. But you matter more than that deal. And it is really, really easy to get caught up in this industry, get caught up in the rat race, and try to be number one or beat someone or chase that deal. It is not worth your mental health and the time that you need to reset. And the reason some of us time block is because when I was a single agent, I'd set my listing appointments for 1 o'clock because during the morning, I needed to reset, prospect, see who was the priority clients, not let the clients tell me what my priorities were going to be. And I will tell you something. Of course, we have different models here, but most importantly, because we have a room full of women and men, shout out to the guys, mental health in this business is not talked about enough, and you need to balance your time because you will run a more efficient business. You will make more with less if you run your business like a business. That's my only advice that I have for anybody who's out there thinking they have to grind so hard that they forget themselves. This business has put me on my ass many times in the hospital for anxiety, for lack of nutrition, for not taking care of myself, for trying to be someone I was not. And I just urge you guys to put yourself first.
Love it.
Thank you, Veronica.
I want to now ask you guys, this is like a most asked question, so if we could get like maybe a minute or two from each of you, what do you do to keep in touch with your sphere and past clients? Run us through at least the most important things of what you do to keep in touch with your sphere, your past clients. I know you're probably doing core programs and whatnot, but what do you do, Julie?
You know, as far as, yes, and that part of it, Veronica, it all dovetails into the same thing, is being structured, organized, leveraging teams, and having a recipe to follow. And that has helped me because we do all struggle with, you know, cutting ourselves too thin and being in a place where you just want to, you know, you can burn out, and you will if you don't figure it out and get the right help. So past clients, in which dovetails into what Aaron just said, how do you stay in touch with your past clients? Because chasing after all this new stuff and trying to generate new and cold deals all the time versus deepening your relationships, that's where the money is. The money is really working the people you know, who trust you, who have done business with you, and you can't, you know, I had a hard time in the very beginning, and I'm a work in progress, and that was, I loved them so hard, and then I moved on to the next person, and then loved that person so hard, but then I didn't stay in touch enough. And so now I have really, really done a much better job for many, many years. And I think that has really surfaced in how my business looks today, in how my deep relationships are forming. So what that looks like is, and I'm getting better at it, letter of the heart, telling people about me personally. I didn't think people wanted to know. I think they just wanted me to sell them a house. And they didn't care about who I was or what I did. And so I started doing that, and I thought, nobody really cares at all. First one I did, I can remember a baseball player calling me and going, oh my God, are you okay with my broken foot? And I thought, oh my God, he cares about my broken foot. Yesterday, I got a letter from somebody, I wrote one a month ago, and she wrote me a letter back saying how nice my letter was out. And I thought, this is really strange. going out with people genuinely, not just the, the niceties of a little thing here, and truly deepening your relationships with people is where the money is. So I would say client events, definitely letter of the heart is one that I struggled with, but I'm doing much better at. Abby, I see you smiling because you knew that was one of my hardest things to do. But well worth its weight in gold. But I will tell you, the relationship business is what we are in. So let's not forget them at the closing table. We give them a beautiful gift, and then we leave them and we move on to the next one. We cannot do that. You have to stay in touch with them. You have no idea, because you will drive down the street 3 years later and see someone else's sign in the yard because you did not stay in touch with them. And it's just too easy to do.
I agree. I think it's very important. My sphere is my personal friends, which is basically what kicked off my success in the high-end portion of real estate. And you do a good job for one, and then they tell the other, and you sell for a professional athlete. They tell other professional athletes, and if you do a good job, you will be referred in the future. I couldn't agree more with that. I just lost my train of thought. What was the question again? So the way I keep in touch, because I have probably 500 people that I've ever helped, not like 5 million, 500 probably, and because I'm small, I send a personal text to every client on Mother's Day if it's a female, every Father's Day, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, and I send Christmas gifts every year, and it's always a great gift. Copper bowl, nice knife, so everyone looks forward to my Christmas gifts. So if I keep it small, I can still afford to send those gifts out. But I do have Boomtown, a platform that allows me to send an email to everyone. I do not do automated emails. I keep everything personal, and it takes hours and hours and hours on each of these holidays. But I wake up in the morning and I start texting.
By the way, I'm just going to give a quick plug. If you're looking for really cool gifts for your clients, for holidays, or for your closings, Christina in the corner is raising her hand. She runs our closing gift team. Most of you guys know my team's been selling closing gifts for the last 10 years. So just going to throw it out there. Visit Christina after if you need some cool stuff. Let's keep on going, though. Kelly, how about your sphere? Can someone switch mics with her? I'll figure that one out.
What they said. So essentially, you guys, 1991 to now, I still, when I get in my car and I'm by myself, I talk on the phone all day. I don't text you. I don't like to text you. I don't really email you. I'm going to call you. I'm still in the people business, and you are too. So I just can't emphasize enough that your old portfolio, and if you're new, Paula, you're brand new, but if you're new, start to build your portfolio, but keep in touch with your old people. And keeping in touch with is lunch, dinner, postcards, presents, as Deanna said, texts. Whatever works for you, you have to build your own signature style, right? And you know it works for you. Do it. Just do it. However you time block, I don't time block. I work on Christmas Day like Deanna does. It's okay. I'm old. I still do it. If people call me, I answer my phone. You can call me at 10 o'clock at night, I'll pick up. It's okay. It's a different model. You are allowed to pick and be your own individual. Do what works for you and works for your client. But I will tell you, you are in the people business, and you better take care of your people.
Love it.
I agree with that. I always say that we have to work when others aren't, right? So they're nesting on Christmas and looking at Zillow, and so we go. And but we have all the flexibility every other day that other people don't. So I've also sold a home on every holiday. Quick, I'll just run down our past client list. On behalf of our agents, we, at closing, they take a look at their license because they have to give it to them for notary. Grab those birthdays, we put them into our system. We send birthday cards to our clients. We send out house anniversary cards every year to our clients on behalf of the agents. The agents keep the relationship. That's the personal relationship. We assist them with trying to just stay in front of them with names. We have a Facebook group that we invite all of our past clients in, and it's not where we do any ads. It's just like value-added information, giveaways, prizes, that type of thing, just to stay in front of our clients. And then, we do some, occasionally, we'll give our agents a prompt, such as go into all of your past clients from last year and find a property in their neighborhood and send them a text and say, oh my goodness, look what this home just sold for. What a great buy. Congratulations, just thinking of you, right? Or keep your list next to you in the car and you think, okay, I'm 10 minutes early to this appointment. Who can I call and touch base with and be systemized about that? And then the other thing we do is a Christmas ornament for everybody that purchased a home that year. At the day of closing, we part of our closing checklist, we take that ornament, put it in the bag, wrap it up, and put it in a box to be mailed in December. So if you do one at a time, it's not so painful. If we were to force somebody to do 1,000 ornaments at the end of the year, it would be painful. But it's a nice touch. They put it on their tree, they put it on Facebook, and they're very thankful. And so we just try to be, try to make it a system, have some things that you can count on, and then make sure you are staying in the relationship that you have with them, knowing what they need back from you. So that may be a text, it may be a call, it may just be like, hey, I was in your neighborhood and I thought about you and your front door color is beautiful, whatever. So just stay in touch with them. They want to hear from you.
You should listen to them. You should not listen to me. No, I mean, for us, obviously, because we run a big scale business, we want our agents to be the ones who build that relationship and stay in contact with that client that maybe did come in through an entry point of our relationships, but we want our agents to build that relationship. So whatever works for their flow, right? We're heavy on video. We encourage all of our agents to do the things that some of you guys are afraid to do, video texts and things that I don't know why people still are afraid of doing that, but just so they can show their authentic personality, stay in contact with them. We do things like EvaBot because, again, we've had to learn to scale on behalf of our team, but we really want our agents to be the hero. We really want our agents to be the ones that shine. Some of these people will click on our button or see us or be introduced to us through our relationship or marketing, but really the most important relationship that's formed is the agent who gets to service that client. So I want my agents to be as authentic as possible and what feels genuine to them. I have some agents who are, Nikki Prince is out there. She'll go to dinner and lunch with her clients, right? But she's got, 20 contracts in 2 months on our team? 20 pending contracts. She's just Nikki, and Nikki's amazing, right? And then Ashley Smith, 6 months on our team, 16 contracts? 20 contracts, pending contracts or closed. It's like Ashley knows how to nurture her clients, right? The thing that's really cool is that I'll ask them what's working for you. I love learning from them because I'm facilitating an opportunity for them to grow their business and have a platform to connect with more consumers. But I normally hire very heart-centered people who are kind, who I believe are going to be able to give the quality of service that we want, and I let them shine in their authenticity with the tools and resources that provide. So, not only what we do, I rip off and duplicate a lot of what Jenny does, Lori Reeder's a good friend of ours. We started our Forever Client Club too, really plan to give more, but it's hard to scale when you have such a large operation. That's our biggest pain point. When I hear them talking about their business, I think, I remember, being small, and I miss those days because you could touch, each client. And I still have my personal sphere of clients that have sold with me 3, 4, 5 times over the last 15, 17 years. And that book of business will always be close to my heart, and I nurture them through personal touches, personal texts, making sure that they know I'm thinking about them. I've taken clients on vacation with me. I've taken clients on cruises with me. I've taken clients on, they come to my house, dinner parties. So just that intimacy, I can't be intimate with, 1,400 people, but I can be intimate with the agents who help serve our clients and have one-on-one conversations and say, what's next? What do you need help with? How are you staying in contact with your past clients? If you're struggling, let's pull out your phone. Let's go A through Z. And over the next next few weeks, this is how we're gonna break up that that alphabet, and that's who you're gonna call, that you could truly say is someone who knows you, likes you, trusts you, and is gonna be excited to hear from you. And we're big on video. I believe in omnipresence. I want them to see me in their sleep, and then when they are able to think about us and they reach out to us, they're gonna get to work with one of my trusted partners who I know is going to give them a similar or better experience than I can.
Love it. All right. How many of you guys have learned something so far? Make some noise. I still have at least one more question for the panelists. But before we go to that, and I know some of them have an exact hard cutoff at 11, so I'm keeping my eye on that. So quick show of hands around the room. By the way, we raised over $2,100. I haven't looked at the exact number, but $2,100 from your attendance for Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Thank you guys. Let's give it up. I'm going to mention two things really quickly. If you want to donate more, there's a link right here, but you can literally go to masterclassorlando.com and go to donation and just donate, or you can donate paypal.me/Orlando Real Producers. PayPal.me/Orlando Real Producers. Anything you send us, we'll donate 100% of it. In fact, we'll match the fee that they probably take from it. We'll pay that for you and donate that to BCRF if you would like to send any more. Quick, around the room though, those of you that have been here before, you know what we're doing. We need to get 2 or 3 takeaways from the room. How many of you guys got something out of it? By the way, these are really cool Bluetooth speakers that are really light. But how many of you guys got something out of today and want to share? Just quick takeaway. Who got something? Biggest takeaway. Someone share your takeaway. We got to get 3 before we go to the last question. Yep. L. Reputation, attraction, retention of clients, and experience. Rare. I love it. Catch. How many? Yeah, Chris.
Rare was awesome. Jenny's Christmas ornament. I'm doing it.
Doing it. Hey, Christina can probably help you with that, by the way. Yeah, Matt.
Deepening your relationship is where the money is.
Yes. Is where the money is. How about somebody up top? Who can catch up top and has a good takeaway? Yep, let's go for it. Yeah? Love it. They have all different business models, all different methods, and they're all super successful. Ryan, jump behind her. I'm going to overshoot you if I throw it. There you go. Let's give her a round of applause. There we go. All right, I got one more. Anyone else? How about we give away a ticket to the Winter Park Wine Walk, actually? Let's get 2 more takeaways. I'll give you a ticket to the Winter Park Wine Walk, but you got to find Bryce. Where's Bryce at? Bryce is right there with the hat on. He's the one that'll give you the ticket. All right, yep. Who's got a takeaway? Yep, right there. How many of you guys appreciated that? Make some noise. Last one up here. Was that you? You got something? Oh, okay. Oh, I love it. I do have something. Yeah, let's go for it. You can get a Winter Park Wine Walk ticket, too.
I think Jenny said it. Be flexible, embrace the chaos,
And be kind. I love it. Let's give the panelists one more round of applause. I'm going to ask them one more question, though. They're not done. Got to pick through the last 3 questions we could ask, but here's what I want to ask you guys. Instead of asking about your 4th quarter or what you did in COVID, I want to ask what drives you. Like, what actually drives and motivates you? Each of these women perform at a really high level and have all different models, but I want to know what actually drives them. Is anyone else curious to hear that? All right, so that's a good question. All right, we'll start with Julie. What drives you? What keeps you motivated? And, yeah, what drives you?
I think it's very, very simple. I love the industry. I absolutely love the grit of the business that itself drives me, because I think there's a lot of people that take it lightly. I think there's a lot of us in here that need to dig a little deeper and get to know the industry a little bit better in terms of just the knowledge. This is everybody's biggest asset. We are in charge. We are the stewards of some pretty heavy stuff, and we've got to take it seriously. And that drives me because I really take responsibility for that, and I really put that as a big responsibility of myself, and I think that drives me to be the best that I can be. I also think that what drives me is to ultimately see a smile. I don't need a gift. A thank you is really a smile on someone's face, or just the passion of watching them walk around when they go for either that final walkthrough or get the keys, or just afterwards seeing them a week. It is really just knowing a role that you played in the most important piece of someone's life. There is no better career that you can have. So I think if we take it seriously, guys, we have got the best careers than anybody on the planet. So that drives me every single day.
Love it. Love it.
Passion, compassion, and service. Those are my 3 words, and that's what I live by. I am passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about selling real estate. I love walking through all the different homes. I love the staging of things and looking at the different colors and designs of the home. But I'm passionate about what I do, live and breathe it. Compassion is the word that sums me up 1,000%. Every single person has a story. It could be they just won the lottery and now they can buy the biggest home they've ever wanted to buy, which I've helped 2 lottery winners. It could be a single mom. It could be a recent divorce. It could be positive. It could be negative. It could be so many different things. I'm helping a family right now. They live in Colorado. I just sold their Florida home here in Orlando, and they needed to sell it furnished. Well, the buyer didn't want the furnishings, so the seller was very, very stressed. So I helped her sell all of her furniture, and I became an expert garage sale person. But it's going above and beyond the call of duty. It's doing what your client needs beyond real estate. And so caring and having compassion for others and understanding their story, that is what means the most to me. And like Julie said, we're changing lives. We're impacting people in the largest, most important purchase or sale of their lives. So for me, from saving lives in the fire service to now changing lives in real estate, that may sound cliche, but I'm very, very passionate about that comment. And then the last is service. I was born to serve. I was born to help. All I want to do is help everybody. I want to help the spider on the floor. You know, I want everybody to be healthy and happy and okay, every living being. And I love giving other brokers and other agents the pat on the back that they deserve. I've seen several in here that I love working with. Like I said, Julie, I love working with her. Kathy Herford, I think I saw her. She is the biggest bundle of positive energy, positivity. She's gracious, she's grateful. And I think building on relationships with other agents is hugely critical and important. And I appreciate her. She's just one that I saw today. But thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Kelly, what drives you?
Well, those are hard stories to follow up. So, oldest child, super driven, and a lot like Julie has already stated, for me, because my portfolio is still full of people I've worked with new people, you guys, we handle, for the most part, people's largest asset. Unless they own a company or a jet, their home is their biggest asset. That is a ton of responsibility. You have to show it. You have to take care of it. Don't let their dog out. Don't let the cat run away. Sometimes I pick up the mail. But the theme is still the same. You are driven to take care of your client, your prospect, your friend, your family. So whether it's compassion or service, or whether it's taking care of people, the thread is still there. You need to be your own individual agent and take care of the people in your life, whether it's your husband, your dog, your friends, your fellow agents. It doesn't matter. The drive is there. If you've got it and you want it, it's here. We're here to support you. That's why these Masterclass courses, these places at the board, they give you the tools to be more driven. They give you the tools for education. Use them. You have a question and you're after this class, call me at the office. I'll talk to you. This is a great industry. I'm in it for life, like Julie said. We're here. We're here to help.
Love it. By the way, if you're posting anything on social media, use the hashtag Masterclass Orlando. We're going to pick 5 people that have hashtag Masterclass Orlando on any platform, and we're going to give them a ticket to the Winter Park Wine Walk. That's all you got to do. Hashtag Masterclass Orlando. You got to spell it right, though. It's spelled like Masterclass Orlando. There's no spaces. Just saying. A bunch of you guys, like, sometimes you get Masterclass or Orlando wrong, so we don't find you. But we will find you. We'll give you some tickets. Post your pictures. We appreciate it. Like 200 of you can get your name in the hat, but usually like 5 of you do it, so you automatically win. Let's keep going. What drives you, Jenny?
It has changed over the years, honestly. When I first got into the business, it was for the flexibility. I do have a slight hero complex, so I love to be the hero to our clients. And, you know, my husband and I, you know, we work hard and we built this business to be able to take care of our family and provide for our children with special needs and such. We just needed that freedom that the money would bring. But over time, that solved itself. And now what gets me up in the morning is building this umbrella big enough for all of our agents to build their businesses in and live up to the value proposition we've promised everybody in our world. So that's what gets me up and keeps me up at night.
Love it. And before Veronica brings us home, I got to plug one more thing. Take a look at the screen up there. You might want to even take a picture of it. Next month's session. If you go to masterclassorlando.com, it's now live. That's November 18th. We got a special guest speaker, 6 NAR 30 under 30 winners. It'll be a good one. Anyone excited for next month as well? Make some noise. Mildly excited? We'll get you. We got another month to get you fired up. All right, Veronica, bring us home. What motivates you?
Very much like Jenny, it's changed for me. I do know that as a little girl, I always knew I wanted to do something big was connected to people. I love people. And real estate isn't who I am, but it's the vehicle that allows me to truly show up as in an authentic manner. I have been able to help many families buy and sell homes, but I think what I'm most proud of is the amount of agents I have seen launch careers and build something and believe in themselves. So my passion is more people in the business who wake up every single day committed to serving this industry and knowing that it can look different for different people, whatever that path is. So it's my agents, my partners, the people who trust me with playing a small role in their business. And you know, that mentorship role is what fuels me. I love seeing people discover certain things within themselves that can take their business to the next level. It's just what gets me up every day. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for people to just unlock things within themselves. Real estate just happens to be the platform that I believe I was given, and I'm a lifer in real estate, whatever that might look like. It looks different for all of us, but that's what excites me. It's what wakes me up every day, that I know I get to play a small part in the people's business who've trusted me. And most importantly, I want to honor the mentors who have mentored me. And what I love, each and every one of these ladies, giving credit to them, you know, honoring the mentors who have played such a big role. And what Kelly said was being kind. Find yourself a mentor. And when those mentors help you, honor that relationship. I honor the relationships and the mentors who have helped me. Jenny's been one of my dear friends. People call us competitors, but we'll sit on the phone for hours and dinner for hours because we're always just helping each other grow in this business. And there's so many of us that want the same thing. So that's what excites me. And I get to do so with, you know, I've had the pleasure of doing it with hundreds of agents through my career, and I don't plan on stopping.
Love it. How many guys learned something from the panelists? Make some noise. Y'all appreciate them coming out today? We're going to jump up and take a quick picture. I know a few of them have a hard cut at 11, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump up and take a picture. We're going to let anyone that has to go, and if anyone has anything they want to add while the audience is still listening, I'll let you do that right after. But otherwise, we are good to go. Can we just take a quick photo? Take a look at Brian. Y'all can clap for him if you learned something. Yeah, let's jump up. And let's give a round of applause to you guys for helping raise over $2,000 for BCRF. Y'all can clap about that.